Padapranams, Bhagavan. May I begin with the last month's last question, Bhagavan?
Could you speak a little louder?
Yes, Bhagavan.
Yes.
May I begin with last month's last question, Bhagavan?
Yes, yes.
Dearest Shri Bhagavan, would we be successful in creating 74,000 enlightened people in the year 2024?
Yes. So you must know our movement revolves around this 74,000. It earlier used to be 64,000. And then as the population rose, we made it 74,000. And now it looks like we might need 80,000 people. But we are not going to be continuously revising it. Let that be. So we'll still talk about 74,000. So that, is our obsession. And that we want to make 74,000 people enlightened. Because we believe if that happens, we have done some experiments for that, and we have some revelations for that, on which we have worked for the last 30 years or so, that there would be a global transformation. We are not only working for the individual to transform, but we are working on humanity as a whole, which includes also the animals, the birds, those under the ocean, everybody. They're all living beings. So as humanity becomes enlightened, it will affect them also. So it is, but we are the ones who are doing it, but they will also change in their own way. So that is our obsession, our singular obsession. So with this in mind, we are doing a lot of things. Some of it we do with the public. Some of it we do with some selected people who are very evolved. With them, we do a certain kind of work. So now, the idea was, at that time, in 2012, we will be able to get to 64,000 enlightened people. And that the 64,000 would then acquire the power of making others enlightened. And they would start spreading it across the globe. So that was the idea with which we worked. We worked really hard, but then in 2012, we failed. That is, we could not produce. Some people did become enlightened, but not the numbers that we wanted. Nor did they acquire the power of transferring it to others. That did not happen. That is what we were expecting, that a large number of people would become, at 64,000, would become enlightened, and that they would be able to transfer it to others. That did not happen. So from that point of view, it's a total failure, known all over the world as the great failure. Yes. So now, but we did not stop there. We did not say, okay, we have failed. Let's forget about it. So we continued to work. And of course, we had the support of additional revelations were there. And to decipher the revelations are very, very difficult. So we just do not do it with one person. We do it with a lot of people because the mind can play games. So we generally make others see instead of we seeing. Now we are the force behind that seeing. So we make others see. We supply the power. So we generally use people of different age groups, different sections of society, and it's quite international. We use Westerners also, and then we do that work. So now it's all about 2024. So we are a little upset and down. So the revelations came, no, 2024, this is going to happen. So we are trying to understand more about it. So there are two things here now. One is 74,000 people making it. It is becoming enlightened and acquiring the power to enlighten others. Otherwise, we cannot transform humanity. So that is the first objective. The second objective is there's a particular muhurta in 2024, and we do not know what it is, and try as we might, it has not been revealed to us. Probably because it is not something fixed, we do not know. It's too complex. And we have not been given any clue as to what could be that muhurta, which month or which day. It's obviously a month and a day is involved. A particular muhurta probably lasting for a few seconds. So try as we might, that has not been revealed to us. Now, let us say it is May 15th. Let's assume in 2024 that muhurta, if by any chance we make that number, whatever it must be 80,000 plus before that time, and at that moment of the muhurta, if that number is there, then there will be a huge phase transition. That is, humanity's consciousness itself would change. Not all up to the same level. There will be some over maybe in a very big way, some in a small way. But on the whole, human consciousness would have changed. Now, this is not the first time. It has happened before also. The humanity is much, much older than what the scientists tell us. So they talk about civilizations which have died, perished. But millions and millions of years ago, great civilizations have just disappeared. Why? Because the whole earth, let us say there's a building there, you dig up all the earth 100 feet below that building and throw it out somewhere, put all the mud on that, then you will have no trace of the building at all. So there have been mighty upheavals where they have gone very much deep, and which science cannot, as of now, technology cannot reach there. Too deep, very great civilizations. So they've all gone. And humanity has suddenly changed, suddenly evolved, even other species too. So change can sometimes be gradual, sometimes could be sudden. So what we are talking is not something new. It has happened before. Probably automatically it has happened, or some people worked on that because the golden age has come and gone. This is not the first ever golden age of the planet. This is a one of a kind. But several golden ages, probably more advanced, we do not know, were there before. So this kind of phase transition is not something new. We are able to use that scientific term and explain it to you, but what term they used, we do not know. But it was the ways of going through the Akashic records, where it was known to them that these things happen, in which, of course, that star Moolam is involved. And it has happened in the very distant past. And the recent past, maybe thousands of years ago, there are some minor changes, but not very profound. But the great ones have happened eons ago, very, very long time ago. Which is the archaeologists, those people who dig up the earth and see, they have no idea at all. Maybe next year or the year after that, they might discover these things. As new technology comes, new instruments come, they might be able to see a lot deeper into the earth. So now, the first thing is that 80,000 odd people should make it by the end of 2024. Let's say even 31st of December is fine. Then, though it might be even before that, people would have become enlightened. This 80,000 people would have become enlightened. And maybe after they cross 2024, if not even just before that, they would have acquired the power to transfer it to others. And then they go about helping others. Maybe they can do it directly, they can do online, they can have large groups, small groups. So they'll be doing this transfer of the state, whereby the other one gets a permanent state. After they have transferred, the other one also gets to a permanent state. May not be to the level of this person, but to some extent. And he will start growing in that. So that is the first thing we are aiming for. The second thing is somehow this muhurta, of which we have no clear idea, that we make it before that muhurta, so that at the time of that muhurta, we are with those numbers and human consciousness just changes. It jumps. It's not something gradual. Suddenly you wake up and you're different. Suddenly you find your anger is gone, your jealousy is gone, your fear is gone, you're filled with a strange joy. So for almost all. So that would be a huge transition for humanity, which could rid us of a lot of problems. But Whether that would happen or not, we might be able to tell you possibly by March or April of next year, whether it's going to happen or not, or we might not be able to tell also. But we hope we'll have some idea. We hope. But the one that is where we have more hope is these people, this 80,000 people making it by the end of 2024, maybe after the Muhurta also, we don't know. So that in 2025, they will start making others enlightened. That is the second proposition. So the first one, this is the second one. The first one is, which looks more easier. 80,000 people making it before the end of 2024 is the easier one. So that we'll be able to tell you the beginning of next year, whether we are making it or not. But as of now, the signs are we are going to make it. It looks like that. About this other one of the phase transition thing happening before the Muhurta, we still have no clues whether it is going to happen or not. So that is where we stand. What was the question, please? I simply seem to be going off.
Would we be successful in creating 74,000 enlightened people in the year 2024?
Yes, so. We are, as of now, we are most likely to create those people. The way things are going right now, it looks like we'll get there. And that's, of course, the first priority, the easier one. And the second one is the Muhurta, where there will be a phase transition, which we might miss it by a few days, even by a few moments, then it's gone. So that we have to wait and say there are no revelations about it, or probably they are coming, we aren't able to read it. So it's not clear. So I would say on the whole, the chances are quite good. And not about the Muhurta, but about the other one. And let me see. The speed at which people are making it is quite good. It has improved with every month, and last month it has been pretty fast globally. More and more people are making it. Yes, so we should always have a positive attitude, because our thoughts and our attitude will affect the whole process. So we must be quite positive that it is going to happen. And then that would help in a very big way. And the other thing that we are now noticing is all the work that we put in before 2012 to make that happen in 2012 now seems to be bearing fruit after almost 12 years or 11 years. So all that effort has not gone waste. It is now helping in the process now. And that is what is going to help us get there. So we failed the first time. The second time, it's most likely we are going to make it. I'm not talking about the Muhurta thing, but about this 80,000 people making it and acquiring the power to give it to others. So what we did then is going to help us now here. That effort failed, but it did not fail in the sense nothing has come out of it. So that is why we are likely to make it now. That 2012 has become 2024. Yes. Now please more.